Hello, everyone. Jeremy Morgan here, and I'm going to do a quick developer tech tips. This is just something new that I'm going to do. This is episode 000, and what it is just some tips that you can use to become a better developer. So most of these things I've learned through the University of Hard Knocks or whatever, and today I'm going to show you in less than 10 minutes how to separate unique values out of a text file. And what I mean by that is mostly unique lines. And to give you a little bit of context around that, I will show you how I've used this recently, because if I just describe it, it's kind of pointless and doesn't really make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'll share my screen here. Okay, so for some context, I'm building a web scraper. This thing is going out and scraping thousands of pages on our website, extracting data, turning it into Markdown. Anyway, here I'm extracting some tags, right? So I've got a bunch of tags that categorize the pages and things like that. Now, as you can see here, I'm using Beautiful Soup as a scraper, and I'm just going in and looking for post tags. And if there's post tags, then I'm going to open up tags.txt and just write a quick line to the file. Now, I know because I'm scanning, and you might be able to read this down here, 2,493 pages. Obviously, we're going to have some duplicates, a lot of duplicates. So I'm not going to run the web scraper during this screen, only because it takes 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want to sit through that. So I ran it just before we started this. And this will show you a little bit about how it works. So I have tags.txt here. And you can see that we have a bunch of tags. And of course, most of these are duplicate. But I want to know, what are the unique lines in this? How many tags? Basically, I just want to get all of our tags that we're using, but I want unique values. I don't want to have to sort through this. As we can see, there are 2,180 individual lines with a lot of duplicates. Now, how could we address this? Now, there's a few different ways we could do this. We could take this and port it into Excel and filter by unique value. That's actually not very hard. That's pretty quick and easy for the most part. Or we could dump it into a database and do a select distinct. That's a little bit more overhead. I've done it before for other things. But so if we want to get these unique values, we either have to do something with text. Maybe I could write another Python file that stuffs all of these into a list. And if it already exists in the list, we won't add it. Anyway, those are all things that you could do that aren't very convenient. They aren't very fast. The Excel method is kind of fast. You dump it into Excel and do uniques. It's reasonably fast, but I'll show you the fastest way. So just a little caveat here. This only works out of the box with Linux or OS X. I'm on a Mac right now, so you can do this with a Mac or with a Linux machine right out of the box. If you want to do this in Windows, you have to use Windows Subsystem for Linux, or you could use something like Virtual Machine. I don't know, but this works out of the box with Mac or Linux. Let's take a look at our tags.txt file. That's the file I have here. We use cat, tags.txt. There's our file. We can check and see how many lines are in it, even though we know from Visual Studio Code here, but that doesn't matter. We'll use a pipe. I'm using cat, which I should probably step back and explain this a little bit. Cat is just something that parses out a text file. So I type in cat and it just dumps the entire text file onto the screen. Now I'm putting in this little pipe character here, and I'm piping it to WC-L, which basically is word count, except we're going to do a line count with the /L. And we have 2,180, which should match up with what we're seeing in Visual Studio Code. There we go, 2,180. So we only want the unique tags. How can we do that? Well, that's actually just as easy. Doing this here, make sure I got my window open here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do the cat again. We'll say cat, what did I name that? Tags.txt. This time we're going to pipe it in to something named sort. It's going to sort those values. Then we're going to pipe it again to something called unique. Here's all the unique values. of this. So it's really that quick of a command. And what we can do is we'll just dump this into utags.txt. And then let's open that up. And here are all our unique tags. So we have gone from this silly large file that I had open here a minute ago. Open that back up, tags.txt. So we've gone from tags.txt, which had all of these thousands of different repeated lines over and over and over. And with a single command, we now have 51 of the unique tags. So pretty easy, pretty quick. I'll bring it up here again so you can see it. We're doing cat, tags.txt, piping it into sort, piping that into unique, and then dumping that into utags.txt. So I really like working with text. And I know that's kind of weird, but it's, as a developer over the years, I've found working with text files to be really fun. And I like to do really silly things with them. So this kind of stuff is really fun to me. And I was having a discussion on Clubhouse and on Twitter about, cool little Linux text commands. I thought I'd share this one and how easy it works and give you some context around why you would use this. And in my case, I just wanted all of the unique tags, because this scraper is going out and hitting page after page after page and grabbing tags. You're going to have duplicates no matter what. And I wanted a good list of just the unique tags. That way I can take this and I'm going to, break up this string by the pipe, things like that. So anyway, this is number 0 of my developer tips. And this is probably how I'm going to do these developer tips. Is I'm just going to fire up a camera and a screen and start babbling. They won't be overproduced or overprepared. Just when I think of something cool, forewarning, there'll probably be a lot of text Linuxy stuff like this. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and let me know. Go on Twitter or YouTube or wherever else you can find me, and let me know what you think of some of these tips. We're gonna do some fancy ones. I got some stuff in the back of my gray-haired head that could be really cool to share with other people that I've done over the years. One of the things I want to do for a streaming event soon, I'm probably going to do it for Pluralsight, and that will be working with Python and SQLite together. And I'll show some really cool tricks about how, like, if we were going to store this, how we could just rip all of these values, dump them into SQLite, do some stuff with them, dump them back into a file. It'll be really cool. So let me know what you think of this. Twitter, YouTube, whatever. And thank you for watching.